So it's been a while since you've heard from just me outside of the Doomsday Bunker podcast show, whatever we like to call it, that I do with Reed and a couple of my friends occasionally, just to have some fun, talk about some stuff other than a kaiju for once, even though it always devolves into that at some point, right? But you might be wondering if I plan on returning to regular video content at some point. And I figured now would be a good time to say that I plan on it. It'll be a little bit different than what I used to do. I don't really care too much to cover news topics relating to kaiju. It's been nice to step away from that and just experience some stuff as a fan again, because when you're doing the news, you kind of have to, find out more information than you might want to be able to share it with other people that want to know that information but don't want to look it up themselves and prefer it in video format, which is fine. That's how I get a lot of my information about stuff that I'm generally interested in. I don't watch any kaiju content on YouTube at this point. Not that I ever really did in the first place, but that's all besides the point. I plan on coming back and honestly just talking about figures and collectibles that I find really interesting. Over the past year, I've sold off a lot of my collection that I didn't really love the pieces anymore. I got caught up in kind of just getting whatever I thought was kind of cool, but I knew might be interesting to the community so that I could potentially do a review on it, talk about it, and cover it for other people. So in the long run, I ended up with a lot of things that I just didn't really love. So I took some time and I sold a lot of those figures and reinvested that money into figures that I've always wanted. And I just want to talk about those now. I want to talk about unique figures that maybe not a lot of people have, and there probably isn't a lot of information on YouTube, so I want to help out people that might potentially be looking into stuff like that. More Sofubi style figures, or rare stuff, but also just like generic Bandais that I think are cool. There might be 1,000 reviews of them already, but maybe I want to talk about them anyways. Additionally, if you've ever followed any of my hectic review content, you might know that I was on the lookout for my Holy Grail figure for a long time, which was the X Plus 30cm Evangelion Unit 1 Kiryu, and I'm happy to say that I actually acquired that this year, and that'll be one of the things I definitely talk about, so that's a fun little update. Did it cost me $900? Yeah. But, oh well, it's worth it to me. That's a figure I always wanted, so just paying 3 times the MSRP is a little rough, but that's the way that it goes. But, yeah, that's just a little update about what I plan on doing. I've been gone for a while. What is it, 4 years now? Something like that? Basically right after King of the Monsters came out, so 2019, so yeah, 4-ish years, minus the one pandemic Doomsday Bunker that Reed and I did over video chat in 2020, and now we've done 2 Doomsday Bunker shows live, kind of doing those bi-weekly, so maybe we'll do one this weekend. We'll see what happens. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to come back. I just kind of got burnt out, honestly, and just stopped covering Godzilla news after King of the Monsters came out because it was finally out, and then the Godzilla vs. Kong train started rolling, and I was just thinking, man, I don't really care. Just want to watch the movie as a fan, and then I just kind of put the channel down at that point. never came back. And it was nice taking a break. Let me focus on other hobbies. Plus, I was just getting out of college at that point, starting up, my career full-time jobs. And I've been in a couple jobs since then, working on my career, and the one that I ended up with right after King of the Monsters came out was a job where I'd work 12-hour shifts doing IT at midnight to noon. And I'll tell you what, when you work 12 hours over midnight, the last thing you want to do is come home and make a YouTube video. So that didn't help. But I'm in a different job now, and I have a lot more free time. I'm at home all the time now. So I plan on making some videos again, because it just sounds fun. And it'll be a good outlet for me to talk about figures again, because there's not really a ton of people that I know personally that take as big of an interest in at least kaiju figures as me. Reed likes kaiju, of course, but he doesn't collect a ton of kaiju figures like I do. Right, he's got a couple. And that's really about it. I can share figure collecting with a cousin of mine where we both collect Fate figures, but my Fate figure collection is literally 4 pieces. So it's not really actually a collection, it's just a couple of things that I've picked up here and there. So it'll be nice to have an outlet of my thoughts on figures that I find cool again. And hopefully at least some people watch them. I mean, if nobody watches them, that's fine. I don't really care. I don't really care about making 10-minute long videos to fit the algorithm. I don't really care about running ads. I mean, my whole channel's demonetized anyways because it's been inactive. I don't really care about any of that stuff at this point. I just want to talk about Godzilla figures, kaiju figures, camera stuff, whatever I think is neat. I'll probably talk about it. So, yeah. That's about it, really. I don't really have anything else to say. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment if you've watched this far along. If you've been subscribed for, a while and you want to say hi or whatever. Somehow my channel continued to grow even while I was inactive for 4 years. So if you're new and you've never actually seen a new video from me, why are you here? So that's about it, guys. Yeah, expect a review maybe soon. I'm not gonna say when something might come out, but we'll see what happens.